Welcome back, it's Leah. Have you ever had moments in your life where you can look back on something that either just changed, just ended, like a relationship ending, and suddenly you have the insight that that thing wasn't right for you? Now, how do you go about deciding if something is right for you or realizing it in the moment when you're currently living in it? See, you can promise yourself all you want that next time something is going to be different, next time you'll remember what you know now, but inevitably as we go through life, we become overly involved in our emotional world and the things that are going on around us, and we tend to forget. It's hard to stay in one state forever, no matter how much you attempt to. So you're not always going to feel this clarity of mind that you feel afterward when you are able to reflect back on something while you're currently living through a situation and it's making you feel any kind of turmoil or questioning yourself. But I think there's an easy way to figure this out when you compare it to the times in your life that you've been very happy, that you've been doing something that feels very right for you. When you have those experiences, you're going to be so much better able to contrast that feeling and to remember those thoughts, the moments where something isn't right for you. And I genuinely think this is the easiest way to go about it. If you ever wonder to yourself, I wonder if what I'm doing right now is the best thing for me, if this is right for who I am in my life, all you have to do is ask yourself how you feel right now about your life in relation to this thing. Do you feel like your life is more worth living right now in this moment because of this thing being a part of your life? Do you have the thoughts, I wish I had more time to do these things? If only life wasn't so short. If only my life could be extended just a little bit so I can take part in this thing, or I can feel these emotions relating to this thing just a little longer. Even just a year, even just a minute would be so much more amazing for me. That's how you know something is right for you. And when you don't feel like this, when you feel like if somebody were to come up to you and tell you, hey, life is short, you know that, right? And your thought would be, okay, indifference. Or your thoughts would be, yeah, thank God it's true. If it could even be so bad as that. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but there are thoughts that like even I've personally had before. If you can have the thought of, oh, actually, I wouldn't mind that life is so short because then it would mean I wouldn't have to deal with this thing. That's not something that's right for you. And you have the full ability to find something else. This can relate to literally anything. It could be your entire lifestyle. So it's really simple, and the thing is, when you're in a depressive state, it's hard to see the outside world. It's hard. It's like a cloud is over you, blocking all of your thoughts, filtering what you see. You can't enjoy the sunshine on a beautiful day anymore. I understand. And so how do you know when something is right or wrong for you when you're in a state where you feel like you are not in touch with your real self? You don't know what reality is. You're questioning everything. You are not sure that you can trust your own inner compass. All you have to do is think about the different aspects of your life. For example, if you take part in a hobby, like for me, if I do yoga, and even though it sucks and I feel like I have to take a lot of energy and effort to even get myself to go and do these fitness things, to go to the gym, to show up, and it's not the most easy process, like going to meditation classes, doing yin yoga, it's not actually as easy as it seems. It's hard to get yourself to go. But when you think about how it makes you feel and the direct effect it has on your life, do you feel better? Do you feel like your life is a little bit more worth living at least? Then that's a sign that this is a step in the right direction. And when you're in a really low mood and a really bad depressive state, it can indeed be difficult to see through, to be in touch with how you feel, what makes you feel good, to understand that, to change patterns, to change behaviors and the things that you're thinking of to get to a better place. So all you have to do is ask yourself right now, does talking to this person make me feel happier in relation to my life? Like, does talking to this person make me feel like my life is just a little bit more worth living? And also, on top of this question, you have to keep in mind that if you're in a certain depressive mood, in a depressive state, and you are not sure that you can trust your own thoughts right now, stop and think, how was my life when this person wasn't around in relationships? How did I feel when, for example, I lived alone? And stop looking at like outside factors, but think like just the factor of like the times when I was single and I was by myself. Now I have this person around. Am I happier? Is it better? And then observe the next facet of your life. My job. How do I feel in this job in relation to other jobs I've had in the past? Regardless of money, how do I feel as a person? What is my overall outlook on life? Am I heavier or am I lighter? And if the answer is I'm heavier, I don't feel like my life is more worth living right now. Whereas in the past, maybe I had a different job, maybe it paid a little bit less, and life was harder in other aspects, I still had a more hopeful outlook on life. Then maybe this isn't for you for a variety of factors. Think about your social life, your friend group, where you live, anything. You can go through these questions. Number one being, how do I feel? Is my life happier? Is it more worth living? Or am I kind of indifferent to it? Or worst of all, do I feel like it's not even worth living right now and it's all a waste of potential? I don't even know what the potential is because I can't seem to reach it. But I know that if life is worth living, it's not this one, then there are factors that aren't working out for you, not to your highest calling. It's just not right for you. That's the main question that you have to think about. That's how you get back in touch with your inner compass. Question all of the factors. Question everything throughout your day. If you feel like you're in a low mood, you're in a depressive state, and you don't know what it is that's causing it, just start to question everything else. Don't let it reach a point where you're so far down and you feel like overwhelmed and depressed that you can't get in touch with it at all. Try to do it now. As soon as you start to feel that question surging, like, hey, is this right for me? Well, yeah, it makes me feel like I wish I had more hours in the day. It makes me feel like I wish I lived to 150 or longer even possibly so that I could do this longer. It makes me wish I was healthier, I had more vitality and energy to be able to pour more of myself into this pursuit. Oh my God, I would love it if I could have twice the hours in the day to see this business grow, to see my kids grow, to spend time with my family, to be with this group of people here and now, to do these activities. Then you're in the right direction. And if you don't feel that way about the things that you're doing with your life, I'm here to tell you, you have the permission to demand more. It's okay to demand more from yourself. You're allowed to change. You're allowed to make things more into what makes you feel like you want to be alive. And a lot of the times it's easier than you think it is. It doesn't really require so many huge shifts. It doesn't require a huge amount of sacrifice. And it doesn't require imposing so much on other people. Sometimes it's not about like quitting your job and finding a new person to be with. Sometimes it's just maybe you're self-isolating too much. Maybe it's your lifestyle. It's all right if something isn't for you, and it's all right to say no and start over, even if what you're doing right now is what you are told you should be doing, what you're told by people, by society, that this is the best lifestyle. It's okay if you're not doing the things that make you acceptable to other people, that make you be seen as successful, or that give you more material security. It's all right. Now step back from that and figure out the things that make you feel like your life is worth living. With that being said, thank you for joining me and see you in the next one. Bye.